I'm recording now. Yay! Hello viewers of this video and welcome back to the Redstone Innovation channel. As you can see, we're back in our house and we've added yet another redstone contraption to it. Let's just go ahead and head through our hipster door. And if you remember last time, we added this hidden staircase. Going a bit like that. And if we head down into our secret base here. Oh, hello, Winteg.
Oh, hey. Hey, look what I'm wearing. Ain't that fancy.
Oh, nice. Where'd you get that?
Right there.
Whoa. Well, I don't want to wear pink. Let's see what else there is.
Ooh.
So yes, this is our Redstone Wardrobe, and as you can see, when we push this button, these outfits will change, and we can select what we want with these armor stands here that pop up. So this is the circuit we have today. Let's take a look at that wiring. Alright, so here's all the wiring. As always on the Redstone Innovation channel, this circuit is very compact. There's only two parts to it as well, the blue control circuit and orange, which is basically everything else. As you can see, we have some sort of unusual items in the circuitry, but yeah, we'll cover that in the tutorial. Let's head straight into that. Before we get started, I do want to point out that this build uses a mechanic that is directional. The build that we're going to show you today works in 3 out of the 4 directions, but when you're facing north, you can see that the armor stand will not pop back up to this block. And the problem there is that it doesn't teleport where it's supposed to. We have these 2 spaces blocked off for the other directions, but the armor stand would rather stay in that invalid place than teleport to any direction that actually makes sense. So if you're going to build this in a north direction, unfortunately you're going to have to rotate it, but we feel that 3 out of 4 directions is more than enough, and you're going to have plenty of opportunity to build it. In addition, I'm going to be showing you how to build it with 4 minecarts here and a 5th one up here. This build is expandable as long as you want, as long as these powered rails are powered. As you can see here, we have a whole lot more. I believe it's like twice the size. It's quite a lot larger. Yeah, so it'll fulfill your wardrobe needs. Once again, the direction it doesn't work in is when you are facing towards it and you are facing north. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come up to our interface right here. We're going to cut out this top right block and replace it with a redstone lamp with a button on it. Then we're going to come down here, cut out this block, and go ahead and place a sticky piston facing into this block. We're going to take a signal from this button here into redstone right here. We're going to lead that down into more redstone right there. Then we're going to place a wall block right here. You can place one there too. A repeater on 2 going into that, and then a half slab with redstone leading up going into that. We're going to take a repeater on 2 from this redstone on here on a half slab. That's going to go into a block, down into redstone there, which is going to go down into redstone there, into 2 more repeaters, 1 on 2, 1 on 3. That's going to go into a block with redstone on top. And we're going to place a torch right there. Come around here and we're going to place a half slab here with a redstone on top of that, and place a block there so that it powers that piston. You can go ahead and get rid of this too. Next we're going to come around the back once again and take a repeater on 1 coming from there, going into 3 half slabs with redstone on top. That's going to go into a block with a torch on it. So now that our control circuit is done, we can start with the orange circuit. Next we're going to come in here and we're going to place our dispenser coming from that block right there. Place a hopper facing straight down into that. Then we're going to place a block right next to that hopper and a redstone block right there. Let's go ahead and get our rails real fast. Now we're going to come next to our dispenser here and we're going to place a block right here. Take the next 5 blocks out and replace those with wool. Of course you won't need to do this. We're going to take 3 powered rails here, Then we're going to take 2 regular rails right there. Lead that up going into a block with a regular rail on top of that. And then we're going to lead that down going into a block with powered rail right there. Now watch carefully because you're going to be repeating this pattern, and if you want to extend your circuit, you're going to be repeating this as well as long as you want. Just remember that that powered rail needs to be powered. So the pattern is this: up 1, down 2, up 1, down 2. Now because I'm only extending it this far, at this last one, we're going to extend it 3. Then just go ahead and place powered rail on all of these, except for this last one. Again, this is where I'm stopping, so I'm going to be placing a regular rail right here. And then we're just going to loop it straight going back. So we're going to take this block out, place a regular rail right there, place a redstone block right here with a powered rail on it. Then we're going to place a block going up into regular rail right there. And now we're going to repeat the same pattern going back. Up 1, down 2, up 1, down 2, and then this one we're just gonna do that. Then again we're gonna just place powered rail on all of these except for this last one where we're gonna place regular rail. Go ahead and come over here and we're gonna jump over here. We're gonna place a powered rail here, another one there, and then shift click and you can see that hopper over there. Then go ahead and place a regular rail on that. Now believe it or not, we're actually almost done. What we're going to do is we're going to come around to the left, and here's where it gets a bit weird. Place a block right here, place sand, and then a cactus on top of that. As you can see, I actually can't place the cactus right now because there's a block right there, but if we get rid of that, then we can place a cactus here, and then place a block on top of that. That prevents the cactus from growing, and you won't have any cactus droppings everywhere. But the idea behind this cactus is that as the minecart comes up here, it will break the minecart, send it down into the hopper, but it will force the armor stand into an invalid location, which will force it to teleport on top of this block right here. To prevent that armor stand from teleporting anywhere we don't want it to, we're going to first place our back wall right here, and we're going to place 2 fences right here. Come back to our interface right here, and actually what we're going to do is we're going to extend this up 1 and we're going to place a half slab right there. Then we can go ahead and fill in our wall right here. The reason we do this is because armor stands are actually taller than 2 blocks, so that if we only give it 2 blocks of space, it will also see this area as an invalid location and it won't teleport there. So there's one last thing we have to do before placing our armor stands. We're almost there. We're going to have to come down here and start placing our floor first. So just place your floor over where these rails are. These don't have to be transparent blocks. They can be whatever block you want. But the reason we have to place them now is because we'll be unable to later as the armor stands actually come up partially into these blocks when they're in the minecarts. Now we can start placing our minecarts and armor stands. This build is set up for 5 minecarts and armor stands, but remember this is expandable as far as you can power the powered rail. So what we're going to do is come down here into our dispenser and just load it up. So I'm going to place 5 minecarts because that's as many as we need. And now we can come up here, and what we're going to do is we're just going to place our armor stand right here and press the button. And as we can see, our armor stand lands in a minecart and goes on its merry way. And we're just going to load the rest of these the same exact way. So place our armor stand, press the button, and we're just going to continue this process until an armor stand appears in this spot by itself. So this time, as we can see, our armor stand appeared in the spot, and that's how you know when all the spots are filled. Now the last thing I have to say about this build is how to change this bottom block to a redstone lamp. What we're going to do is we're just going to cut out this block, let that armor stand fall, that's okay, and then we're going to place a redstone lamp. Now this block is interchangeable for any solid block. It has to be a solid block, so just keep that in mind as well. Now to power this, what we're going to do is come down to the left over here, place a block of redstone right here, and place a dot of redstone on top of that, and that will power our redstone lamp. And then once we push the button, we can see that our armor stand has been scooped up by a minecart and our new armor stand is in place, and then we can just cycle through. Now I'm not going to go about how to fill in all of the blocks in this thing. It should be pretty obvious. The only really thing you should be careful of is this cactus right here. Do not place a block next to it because it will break, and that will break your build as well. So while you're filling in blocks, just be careful of this left hand side and you should be fine. Alright, this has been the Redstone Innovation channel. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always we thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure to check out past stuff, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that cool stuff, and we'll see you guys next time.